Hello everybody. Tomorrow will be the last day you'll see any videos from me that are for learning. Super excited about that. Yippee! Alright, today we're going to be learning about how to find the volume. Yesterday we learned area and perimeter again. Now we're going to do volume, and then I think tomorrow we're going to kind of combine them together, okay? So for today, you're going to click on this Google form. There will be, I think I might redo the Google form so it's a little bit prettier in just a second. But there will be the video right here that you've already clicked on. Now, I have right here how you find volume. Volume is also known as V, okay? Volume is length times width times height, or V times L times V equals L times W times H. The V stands for volume, L stands for length, W stands for width, and H stands for height, okay? I have that for you so that you can go back and scroll up to this whenever you need to know what to do. Now, when we find volume, we have to find it in cubic units or units to the third, okay? I'm really quickly just going to take this as a picture and we're going to solve it, and I'm going to show you why, okay? So we're going to solve for volume for this one. This is actually kind of a different thing than what we would normally be used to. Alright, so really quickly I'm just going to customize this so that it can be a little bit bigger. Alright, here we go. Okay, so to find volume we need to do length times width times height. For this one, we can actually just count the cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our answer would be 6. Now, another way to write this would be 6 units. I'm just going to write, I'll write it out. Units to the third. Remember how yesterday I was saying that area was units to the second power because it's a 2D shape? Well, with volume, you're finding it for 3D shapes. Like this cup, the volume is how much you could fit inside the cup, okay? How much water you can fit inside. And that's what we're finding when we're finding volume, how much can go inside of the object. The reason there's a 3 is because it's a 3D shape. Pretty cool, right? Now, I'm going to show you how to do this doing length times width times height. L times W times H, okay? So our height is going to be 2 because there's 2 that are going up. Our width is going to be 1. I'm just going to write the numbers above. So our length is 2. Our width is, I'm going to erase this because it looks like 21. Our length is 2. Our width is 1. And the reason our width is 1 is because there's 1 going over. Now, for me, length is always the longest number. Sorry. Ooh. For me, length is always the longest number, so I made a little oopsie here. The height is 2 because the height is what goes up. The width is what goes left or right. And then for me, length is always the longest. So I'm just going to write long here. What would my length be? My length would be 3. Okay? I hope this makes sense because you actually have to find, for some of these that I have on this Google form, you actually have to find the numbers and write them out because you won't be able just to count, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do another one. So this one was again 6 cubic units. Let's go ahead and solve for it using length times width times height. So 3 times 1 times 2. I'm just going to rewrite that down here in a different color. Here we go. 3 times 1 times 2, and that equals, I know 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, okay? So we got the same answer as when we counted. Now, I need you to get a piece of paper and a pencil to follow along with me. It was okay if you weren't following along for this first one, but you need to for the next one. Get that piece of paper, pause the video if you need to. Here we go. Next one up. I'm going to skip and I'm going to come down here to this one right here about Mr. Wong. I'm going to make a new one of these so that we can just go through it together. Here we go. You better have that piece of paper out and ready. Here we go. Read with me. Ready, set, go. Mr. Wong finds the volume of a box by filling it with 1 foot. I'm going to underline foot unit cubes because this shows me the units I need to use at the end. So at the end, my answer should be in feet, as shown below. What is the volume of Mr. Wong's box? How would we find this? Can I just count? I could try and count, but there are some cubes that are missing behind that I wouldn't be able to see. So let's try and do this. And first, let's try and do it by finding the length, width, and height, okay? So I'm going to again write the formula for volume over here. L times W times H, okay? What is my length? Again, length is the longest number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My length is 6. So below this, I'm just going to rewrite the problem. On your piece of paper, you should have written out L times W times H. Now you should be writing right below it the numbers that correspond. 6 times, remember width is what's going across this way, so let's count. 1, 2, so 2 times 2, and then what would my height be? The height's what's going up. Do you know? I think Bree knows. It is 2. If you knew, I am so proud of you. Arthur Lee, I hope you knew it. I think you did. Here we go. 6 times 2 is what? Ooh, Adon, I hope you said 12. I'm just going to solve it this way. I'm going to do the caret method like I did yesterday, just so that I don't get confused. If some of you can just multiply across, that's great. But if you get confused, I would definitely use the caret method, where I'm going to do it in highlighter so it's a little bit easier for you to see, where you just do the first 2 numbers first, and then you bring down the last number, and then you just write on another line. 12 times 2 is 24. What are my units? 24 feet. And because we're finding volume for a 3D shape, we need to do to the 3rd power, okay? There we go. Those are actually going to be my only 2 examples for today. I don't think you need anything else from me. If you do, please give me a call at 765-586-2097. Best of luck. Please try your hardest. This is probably going to be the easiest lesson that we've done all year for math. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.